Right, seeing as every lobby I join online is about as full as an empty bucket, we're gonna dive into some season challenge. We're gonna put it on hard difficulty, and we're gonna pick the Virgin, of course. Cue slick Virgin transition. Yeah, I'm bored. Oh, didn't expect an error from Codemasters there. Clearly it's not Marussia, it is in fact Virgin. So when you join the team, you're immediately getting spammed by messages from your co-workers, and one of them seems to think we should be doing 218 miles an hour in a Marussia. Is he serious? So as far as I'm concerned, he can take his circuit layout email and shove it up his arse. Once you've dealt with your emails, you have to pick a rival for your first race, who if you beat, you get to take his seat for the following Grand Prix. And that's the point of Season Challenge. You work your way up the field by beating rivals who you select. For the first race, I selected Daniel Ricciardo, not because Toro Rosso's a beatable in a Marussia, more so to wipe that sarcastic smirk off his face. Now here you'll see it says he expects to beat his rival. We'll see how cocky he is when I take him to the cleaners round the outside of Parabolica. So here we are towards the end of Monza qualifying. As you can see, I've dropped quite a bit on the leader, but we're not trying to get pole here. Come on, let's not get ahead of ourselves. We're only trying to get ahead of Daniel Ricciardo, and I come home in P12. And Daniel Ricciardo's way down the field in 18th or something, so him saying he expected to beat his rival. Have a word with yourself. Have a word.
Let's see which of our rivals can bring home an early advantage. It's race time.
Show the team that you mean business. Let's make sure we finish the race ahead of your rival.
Oh, so qualifying 12th on the grid in this tin can on wheels wasn't proof enough that I mean business, you ungrateful b****. But anyway, we're about to start a race on Monza here, and all that matters is that I finish ahead of Daniel Ricciardo in his Toro Rosso. If I do that, that Toro Rosso is mine. So we've left the grid now, and in predictable fashion, every single car is just strolling down my left and right. We got Force Indias, Saubers, all going for it, and I've broken later than them all though, and I've made the positions back into the first corner, but some nosy Suttil has thrown it down my inside into turn 1. He's taking me up down into P14, P15, P14. I've got Di Resta on my left-hand side looking extremely aggressive. He's actually pushed me there. That was outrageous. I didn't expect that from a computer. He's hanging it around my outside. He's still hanging it around my outside, but I think he's about to concede the position as we... Oh, no, I've smashed the 50-metre board, and I've gone far too deep into this corner, and I've actually gained a position there. That's barbaric. But anyway, Suttil's going for it round my outside into this corner. Surely not. Oh my god, I've just been taken to the cleaners by Adrian Suttil. That's outrageous. I've just been taken into the barriers by Paul Di Resta. What an absolute massive amount of shed. Just huge shed involved. The fire that I built in qualifying, getting P12, has just been extinguished by the fireman that is Paul Di Resta. That is the worst metaphor, I think, in history of the human race. Wow. Anyway, as you can see, I've just got past Maldonado, caused a collision, but got past him into P21. And if you look on the minimap in the bottom left, you will see a yellow dot just ahead of me. That is my teammate, so we don't need to bother about the yellow dot. But the blue dot just further ahead in the bottom left, we're looking, you see a little blue dot. That blue dot is Daniel Ricciardo, and the aim is to finish ahead of him, so I need to reel it. It's still possible. It's definitely still possible. And we have 4 laps to do that, and if I do that, then obviously I'll take his seat. So we're going towards turn 1 now. I've taken P20, and I've taken P19. Now I'm having a sniff at P18 as well in the caterham there. It's Van der Gaard, and I've had him around the outside, but no, he's hanging it in there. These I'll tell you what, these computers don't dick about, do they? He's really having none of it, and I've actually got Bianchi, my teammate, who's coming back at me. But now I'm going around the outside of Van der Gaard. I've got 2 wheels on the grass. We're going around the outside of him now, and I've had him, and I'm into P18, and I'm just behind Daniel Ricciardo. As you can see, he is ahead of me there. I've completely cut the chicane. That was sinful of me, but we're going to gloss over that. And you can almost see the less so sarcastic smile of Daniel Ricciardo in the distance there as I reel him in towards the end of lap. Oh, disaster! Disaster on the exit of Sector 2. Oh no, I've spun out. Oh, I've been smashed by Maldonado. Maldonado's going to be absolutely seething at me. I've done nothing but crash him off so far this Grand Prix. But now I face a real fight on my hands to get past Ricciardo. A seamless transition takes me to the first sector in lap 4 where I'm still in P20, and taking Ricciardo here seems highly unlikely indeed. But that still doesn't mean I can't take Bianchi, my teammate, and I have taken him, and I'm into P19, and I've got another warning for causing a collision. The stewards today have a lot of patience for people that are causing collisions. I think Grosjean must be the race steward or something, because they never usually cut you this much slack. Oh dear, I'm never going to catch Ricciardo now. The gap is too great, but honour is still on the line, and I can still get past Van der Garde in P18 out of 22 and take the best of the back markers, as it were. But I'm all over him now. Gear 3, Gear 4, almost Gear 5 now, and I'm whoring his slipstream. Am I going to go around the outside like I did a few laps ago? Yes, I am. I've gone around the outside again. I've cleaned him out round the outside. I've absolutely hook, line and sinker had him there, and we're into the chicane, and it's a nailed on move, and I've taken P18, and it looks like it's going to be best of the back markers. You can see the lead that Ricciardo has. It's too great for me to close down, but I'll take P18. Well, I won't actually, I'm furious, but I'll have to... Oh, for God's sake, I'm in the gravel trap again on that same corner, and I've lost P18 to Van der Garde, and now the tense music really kicked in, because I've got to try and get him back in this final sector, and I've got to try and not lose P19 to Bianchi, who's looking rather omnious behind me. Omnious isn't even a word, I don't even know what I'm talking about. Lewis Hamilton has won the race, but it doesn't matter, because I'm all over the back of Van der Garde, and we're going to make sure that into Parabolica I get P18, because it's bad enough not beating Ricciardo. Even worse, not coming best of the back markers. So I'll flick it to the right hand side as we come towards Parabolica, and I've absolutely cleaned him out round the outside, inside. And we're going round the corner now. I've got a massive advantage, and it looks like I'm going to come home in P18, which is awful. It's dreadful, because it means I'm stuck in the Marussia for race 2. But in part 2 of this series, I will try and beat my rival, whoever I select, and start to work my way up the grid. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.